Welcome to the Joe Monroe Show. Now, here's your host, Joe Monroe.
Hello, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Recap. I am your host, Joe Monroe, and today we're going to be recapping the UCW Caverna Super Show number 24. But before we get into that, let's list some sponsors here. One thing our longtime sponsors, Phenomenal Finds ATL. If you're looking for anything retro, check out phenomenalfindsatl.com, as well as Triple Crown Wrestling and Ultimate Championship Wrestling. They are bringing about professional wrestling as it should be. And one of our brand new sponsors, Les Murphy Painting. Call them at 734-334-3702 for any of your painting needs. Thank you to our sponsors who are supporting this show, and we will continue moving forward with the recaps as well as the history of pro wrestling and among other things as well. So let's go ahead and let's get into the recap. First match we had was Izzy Vaden going up against Cameron J. Walker, the battle of the former TCW heavyweight champions. Now, this is the first time we've seen Cameron J. Walker in almost a year, maybe over a year. And he looked like he almost had the upper hand on Izzy Vaden, but Izzy Vaden was able to break the losing streak that he's been on. You know, no thanks to Brandon T. Wilson, I have to say. But he was able to break the losing streak, and this is what he had to say.
I'm feeling a lot of things. And I'm out of breath. My fault. Listen, look, I miss Caverna shows. But most importantly, I just missed shows here in Kentucky. I miss shows for TCW. I miss shows for you. I miss shows for you as well. This was a big match for me. Why? There was no championship on the line, and I've been on a losing streak. I haven't been myself, you know. But I needed this. I needed that match against Cameron J. Walker. I needed this match at Caverna. And not only did I win, I did it at Caverna. Not only did I beat Cameron J. Walker, I did it at Caverna. Not only am I now what I feel like I'm on my way back up, I did it at Caverna. I feel blessed and honored that I was brought back here. And I want to keep doing this. I want to keep being a part of this. I want to keep being here more at Caverna. I want to keep bringing my absolute best for those people out there to keep cheering for the lifeguard, for them to keep whistling, for them to keep clapping, for them to support me through and through. Because even though I've lost the championship, even though I've been losing, period, even though I've had Brandon T. Wilson and practically everyone on the TCW roster against me, I am against all the odds. I'm the lifeguard. I just keep swimming. I don't know what else to do. And I am always at the top.
Now, the second match of the evening was a very emotional match. Something I thought I would never witness as my time doing this. I had the honor of tagging with this gentleman, Anthony Wayne. He went up against Randall Shane in his last match as a professional wrestler. Now, you talk about a classic Southern style pro wrestling match. That's exactly what this was. And Anthony Wayne almost got the upper hand, but it wasn't enough. And Randall Shane was able to pick up the victory. But this is what Anthony Wayne had to say for his following moments in the ring.
In February of 1991, a little boy, 11 years old, named Anthony, only child, growing up the middle of nowhere in an oil field in Oklahoma. His dad came to him and his mom and said, "Do you want to go to Disney World this summer when school gets out, or do you want a satellite dish?" The good news is, for me, that 11-year-old little boy said, "Forget that mouse. men that I saw on that screen for the first time, I got to walk up and put my hand in Scott Steiner's and thank him for that fact. The first match I saw, man, him and his brother absolutely took those two guys apart. And I said, I don't care how big I am or aren't, someday that's what I'm doing. Fast forward a few years after the teenage kid that had a car and a license when I was 16, I didn't get together. I wasn't worried about the girls. I wasn't worried about partying with the buddies, at least not on Saturday night not until after 7:05 p.m. when WCW Saturday Night went off the air. Then I come join you. That's what it meant to me. Then the 19-year-old kid begged Mr. Ebony Tom Jones, one of the greatest talents, the greatest black wrestler that ever put on a mask as Mr. Ebony, for the chance, just let this 5'3", 125-pound skinny kid have the chance to be a wrestler. Because it's all I've ever wanted. I owe everything in my life to this business. I have a wife. I have a daughter because she's in this business just as long as I have been. Everybody I called a friend is because of this business, almost all of it. And when you take a ride like that and you get the luxury, Terry, England, I don't know where you're at, but you come on out to this ring. Terry, where are you at? It is a rarity that somebody in this business gets the opportunity to carry all the way through it 24 years like I have, and gets the luxury, the opportunity, and the blessing in a place, in a company as good as Ultimate Championship Wrestling that I've spent almost 2 decades in, to go out on my terms. Ultimate Championship Wrestling, the biggest stage that UCW has. Caverna, thank you. Terry England, thank you. Man, you are a friend, you are a rarity in this business to be able to say that. We know a lot of people in this business, but you get a handful of them you can call a real friend. This right here is one of them. But the top #1 thing that I cannot, will not forget, and please don't any of you out here in any walk of life forget it either. We are able and provided and allowed to do what we do in any walk of life, profession, or anything else. Thank you most of all, Lord Jesus Christ.
And we will see our friend Anthony Wayne as a referee and with his promotion in Tennessee. So, Anthony, good luck to you, my friend. I hope to see you soon. Now, third match in the evening was Marvelous Marcus Johnson going up against Adrian Alexander with Morgan Jane. Now, again, Adrian likes to say the odds were stacked against him, but Marvelous Marcus Johnson was able to pick up the win. I was able to catch up with Adrian and Morgan, and I don't know what's going on with the guy. I'll let you all take a look here.
Oh, listen, I don't care what you have to say. I say this time and time again, Adrian Alexander did not lose. Just because Adrian Alexander was shortchanged one more time, that doesn't change the fact that Adrian Alexander and Morgan Jane are the reason why 600 people are in the Caverna Super Show tonight to watch us to be cheated by some no-good little dancing devil in Marvelous Marcus Johnson. He was tough. I know he's tough. I faced him time and time again, but I will not stand for any more of this horrible, absolute disgrace. That's the word, isn't it? That's the word, disgrace of TCW, UCW, and USWF. I demand my justice.
Don't even ask.
He's demanding respect. Will he ever get it? I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out in the coming months to see what happens. The next match we had of the evening was Chase Stevens going up against new up-and-comer Chris Crow. I don't know what's going on with Chris Crow. This was a very different Chris Crow than what I've been used to the past couple of months. But even with his athletic ability, him trying to, well, stack the cards against Chase Stevens was able to roll him up for the pin, and he will have a future title shot for either UCW, TCW, or USWF Heavyweight Championships. So, Chase, good luck. Hopefully we get to see that soon. And the next match, which was the semi-main event, we had Stan Sierra, the USWF Heavyweight Champion, going up against fan favorite Marty Clay. Now, Stan earlier in the night went into the Hall of Fame, which we'll get into later on in this video. And he promised that he was going to take out Marty Clay. Now, Stan's a big dude, and I have seen him the past couple of years, and I thought he finally met his match with Marty Clay. But thanks to Chris Crow interfering and sparing Marty Clay, Stan Sierra was able to pick up the victory and retain his title. Now, I asked Chris Crow, why is he doing this? What's with the allegiance with Stan Sierra? And this is what he had to say.
I'm going to keep this short and sweet for you. You look like you're in a hurry to go eat some Twinkies. But I don't owe you, I don't owe any of them stupid inbreds in the crowd an explanation. Me and Stan's alliance, it'll be explained very soon to all you dumb rednecks. But for right now, it's time to celebrate. Well,
I don't know what's going on, folks. Maybe in the coming months we'll see what's going on. And now for our main event, we had the headliner, Chris Michaels, going up against Hollywood Flynn Hendricks, Brandon Wolf, and James Ellsworth. Now, this fatal four-way match was great. Hard-hitting. Poor Brandon Wolf took a mega power, wasn't it? A mega suplex powerbomb. I don't know what that combination was. But thanks to Flynn Hendricks distracting him and having him fight him to the back, the headliner, Chris Michaels, was able to pick up the victory by pinning James Ellsworth, becoming the new UCW Ultimate Champion. Now, I've seen the frustration in my friend's eyes, and, well, this is what he had to say.
I'm mad that I'm still holding this. I'm not mad that I'm still Southern States champion, don't get me wrong. I am just disappointed in myself that I couldn't get the job done being the guy I want to be. Move.
We also caught up with Hollywood Flynn Hendricks, and, well, I'll just let you watch.
I'm embarrassed. I am hurt.
I have done everything. Whether these people have booed me, whether these people have cheered me behind closed doors, I have shown up. I have done everything to represent UCW and TCW. People may not have respected how I did it, but I showed up, Joe. I showed up. This was my moment. This was my destiny. And it was robbed from me, Joe. It was robbed. Look at me. I bled for this. I showed up when my family was falling apart for this. This has been my life for almost 20 years, and it has almost cost me everything outside of these walls. And it was this close, and it got taken away. How am I going to go home to my wife? How am I going to go home to my kids? Look them in the eyes and tell them that every single toothless, welfare check living hillbilly that came out and booed me was right. How am I going to look my family in the eye and tell them that all these idiots were right? How am I going to do that, Joe?
And finally, we was able to catch up with the new UCW Ultimate Champion, the headliner Chris Michaels, and this is what he had to say to everyone.
I'm feeling great because I delivered what I promised. I said I was going to go through James Ellsworth. I said I was going to go through Flynn Hendricks. And I also said I was going to go through that up-and-coming young superstar Brandon Wolf. Kid, your day's coming, I promise you. But it wasn't today, because today is Chris Michaels' day. Chris Michaels was destined to hold the UCW heavyweight title one more time. Because guess what? I've been in this business a long time, and I've said it for many, many years. I just keep going and going and going. And after 30 plus years, I am just getting started. So with that being said, anybody in the UCW locker room, I'm no closet champion. Step up, prove your worth. I'll defend this title anytime, any place, anywhere. But right now, I'm going to celebrate because I am your new UCW heavyweight champion.
So there you have it, folks. That was the matches for UCW Caverna Super Show number 24. Now, apart from the matches, we also had the UCW Legacy Hall of Fame, which included Hillbilly Jim, my good friend Hitman Louie, Wolfie D, Kevin Jones, and we had a special introduction for our mega fans, Francis Neely and Philip Rohn, which is known to us as Grandma and Grandpa. So congratulations to the Hall of Famers. It was one heck of a Hall of Fame this year. It was one heck of an event. But what's going to be the fallout of it? We'll see in the coming months, folks. Until then, that was the recap. Now, I do have a couple of special announcements regarding the Joe Monroe Show. As of tonight, which I am recording this on Tuesday, we have finally reached our halfway mark of 500 followers. Before recording this, I double-checked, we was at 502. So as this comes out, there may be more. So I want to thank a couple of friends of mine, which is our good friends of the Squared Circle, especially their leader, Cal. Cal, thank you so much. Don't forget to go like and subscribe to their page, as well as their sister page, Show Me the Collectibles, where he takes a look at people's collectibles. So thank you, Cal, from Friends of the Squared Circle. Make sure you go check them out on their Facebook page, as well as their YouTube page. I was recently just on there for an interview, and we had a great time. And I also want to thank you, the fans. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this right now. And to help celebrate this, I think next Saturday it's time to have another trivia night. So be on the lookout. Next Saturday we will have trivia night for March. And regarding the special announcement for April, I have decided to take it upon myself to reach out to Cal from Friends of the Squared Circle and a few other podcasters and showrunners who talk about professional wrestling, to give them a Wrestling Podcaster Appreciation Month. That's right. I'm going to be interviewing different podcasters. We're going to talk about their shows and their love of professional wrestling. So please don't forget to tune in April. As always, I want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart for watching this, for getting us to that milestone of 500 followers on Facebook. We're halfway there to 1,000 followers by June. So let's go ahead and keep liking, sharing, subscribing. Even if your friend or family or whoever, second cousin, ex-wife, I don't care who it is, if they don't like professional wrestling, tell them about the show anyways. So until then, you all have a great night, stay safe, and always support professional wrestling.
You've been listening to The Joe Monroe Show with Joe Monroe. Don't forget to like and subscribe.